Hi, boys and girls. All right, so today we're going to be working on lesson 7-8. All right, so basically, in a nutshell, today we are going to be applying what we know about the properties of operations, the associative, commutative, and distributive to create equivalent expressions. This has been a really difficult lesson for you all, and so I'm going to try to get through it as quickly as I can. So equivalent, real quickly, our vocabulary for today, we're going to be equivalent expressions are when two or more expressions that are equal for any value of a variable in an expression. You can use the properties of operations to write equivalent expressions. All right, so let's start off first of all today with something easy. We're going to use the commutative and the associative property today, first of all, to start with here, okay? Let me see if I can do here. All right, so for instance, let's take this expression right here. We're going to write the equivalent expression for 4c plus 2 plus c. Remember, when you have just a variable, it's like putting, whoops, that does not look right, putting a 1 in front of it, okay? All right, so it's like putting a 1 in front of it. All right, so first of all, we're going to take the commutative property of addition, and we're going to switch the 2 and the c, okay? So switch these two around, and you end up with 4c plus 1c. Let me just put it in there. It's supposed to be a plus, 1c plus the 2, okay? All right, so now we're going to use the associative property of addition, and we're going to group these two like terms. So we end up with, we can add 4c and 4c and 1c, and we get 5c. Now there's nothing like the 2, so we're just going to have to bring that down. So here is our answer for something as simple as 4c plus 2 plus c is now 5c plus 2. All right, that was easy. So now it's going to get a little bit more difficult. Let's go to that whole thing we learned today about the distributive property, okay? We're still working with, going to make equivalent expressions here. Real quickly, the distributive property is you can multiply a number and a sum by multiplying the number by each pair of the sum and then adding these products. The same property applies with subtraction. So real quickly, just look at these examples because this is going to take a lot of teaching today. I have a parenthesis. Whenever a value like 3 is right beside the parenthesis, this means to multiply. So you're going to multiply the 3 and the 4, and you're going to multiply the 3 and the 6. So you end up 3 times 4, keep the same operation, and 3 times 6. The same thing happens when you have variables. You just add that variable to it because you can't multiply if you don't know what it is. So you just show the multiplication. The same thing goes with subtraction. Use the same over here. You're going to use the same operation here in between. All right, I don't have time to spend a lot of time talking about the distributive property. Let's just take this and we're going to move it off to the side because I need space. So let me give you an example. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can. So now, what if, all right, let's do something. I have 3, and in parentheses, I have m plus 7. All right. How can I make an equivalent expression, something equal? So what I'm going to do, when I have a parenthesis, I'm going to take 3 times m. So then 3 times m, I don't know what m is, so I have to leave it as 3 times m. I'm going to use the same symbol, and then I'm going to take 3 times the other value in that parenthesis. I can take 3 times 7. I can do 3 times 7, so I'm just going to put that value in there as 21. So these two are equivalent, okay? All right, really quickly, let's do one backwards. What if I have 2b plus 4c? Okay, I got to go quickly here. All right, so if I find the greatest common factor between these two, which is 2, I can take that out. I can divide by 2, okay, and divide by 2, and I get b is all that's left, plus, okay, 2c. Now,